What in the world, Bo? For everybody out there that don't know me, my name is Big Low Country, and y'all already know I had to bring on Uncle Steve for this one right here because look at here. Earlier today, earlier today, me and Uncle Steve, we went to the doggone OTAs, Bo. And let me tell y'all something. First of all, I don't know what it is. Every time I chill out with Uncle Steve, something funny or weird happens. Right? I don't know if y'all have ever seen that show Curb Your Enthusiasm, but it's like I always have these Curb Your Enthusiasm moments every time I chill out with Uncle Steve. Oh, what's going on with you, man? You doing all right?
Bruh, I told you, man. I'm good. This internet is acting a fool with me, so don't get mad if it start acting crazy. I don't know what's going on, but I'm here, brother. It was awesome chilling out today, man. I can't wait to talk about what we saw, what we learned, and even a couple of conversations you and I had with a couple of the players down there.
Yes, yeah. So look, for everybody that's watching, I'm gonna let y'all know, y'all make sure that y'all watch to the end because we actually got some intel directly from the players, mostly from the defensive side because Uncle Steve pointed out that the offense was prima donnas today.
Hold on to your love. In vogue. All the offense was like, we're too good.
Oh, like what's going on with that? I mean, I didn't. The only one, and the crazy thing is that the only offensive player that we seen was the nicest guy we met today. Which was Drake. Oh, I don't know how you feel about it, but I told Coach Ron, I was like, man, Drake moved up in my book after.
Well, I had a brief interaction with him at one time before, and for people who don't know the story, my daughter Leah is absolutely mesmerized by Mr. Drake London. Yes. And so every time I get a chance to either see him, actually, I think he's supposed to be at Atlantic Station Monday.
Oh, really?
I think that's him. I'm trying to think, is that him or Jesse Bates? One of the two. But anyway, she loved her some Drake London. And so as Lowe said, all the offensive linemen and the defense, because we did get some O linemen over there. Because remember, Lindstrom came over.
Yeah.
And what's the other big boy over there? The other offensive lineman. I forgot his name, but he came over there too. But yeah, Drake. I had to holler out there for Drake. I told Drake, I said, hey, he was signing autographs. I said, senior citizens over here. Come over here. And he just started laughing. Then he still made us walk over there.
We still walked over there. I guess Drake was like, look, I've been practicing for 2 hours. Y'all could have walked down this way.
They could have at least, man. But
man,
I set the table, brother. I mean, I think it was I loved what we saw out there today,
bro. I mean, and it's one of them situations where whenever you're going to like an OTA like today, you're not going to see much. Me and Uncle Steve, y'all look. We in any other world, we would have got some type of film for y'all, but they were walking around. You can't record nothing. You can't record. So we didn't want to get kicked. We didn't want to get thrown out people's house. So we we followed the rules this time. We followed the rules. But yeah, man. We seen a few things. Of course, Kyle Pitts, Kirk Cousins, Jesse Bates, Bijan Robinson. A lot of big names weren't there. But if you like to, you want to kind of let everybody know what you thought about, what you did see.
Well, it was kind of interesting. I got there like right at the time they were coming out throwing and stuff. And one of the things that was interesting is that I noticed, and I don't know if you did either, as our mutual friend was talking to us, they came straight out and kind of started running plays first before they got into the exercise line and things of that nature. Now I'm sure they probably stretched back in the back, but I just found it interesting that they went about it that particular way, running some plays. We got a chance to see the first team, and I'm trying to tell you, Michael Penix Jr., y'all.
Boy,
Let me tell you,
boy.
Yeah, man, that arm, and brother, and I am one that is one of the biggest people to say don't get fooled by t-shirts and shorts, even though they were in helmets and stuff like that. But you can't fake that. You can't fake that arm.
Boy,
that Michael Penix got a sling. He has a sling, and I'm just trying to tell you, bro. We in for some good stuff, y'all. We in for some good stuff when we see it. I'm trying to tell you,
man,
we in for some good times.
Well, let me ask you this right here. Did you see him miss a throw today?
I didn't.
I did not. Throw.
I did not.
I did not.
And I know it's practice, and I don't want people to get it wrong, but you can still miss throws in practice. But
yes,
beautiful looking passes.
Beautiful passes. And you're right. I did notice. So before you got there, they like everybody was stretching individually before they before they went out there.
Right.
And it's like they did like some 7-on-7s, and then they did 11-on-11s, and then they stopped and just started stretching again, which I agree with you. I thought that was kind of weird. Coach Tyler that was with us, he was like, yo, why are they just stopping in the middle of practice and stretching? But I mean, maybe, look, with sports science and everything else, maybe there's something that, they seen that, you got to go by the analytics and the science nowadays. But I mean, I legitimately don't know. I legitimately don't know.
As we were talking about that too, there was also a drill that they were doing on the defensive side of the ball. They had multiple fields, and on the one side of the field was the first team. I would guess that was the first team O against the first team D, which Jalen Walker was on the first team, but and I got a problem with that, and we'll talk about it in a few. And so the second team folks were over on the other field, but they were doing these defensive drills with the cornerbacks where they would back up, they would run back like cornerbacks do if they're checking a receiver, and then they as backpedal. Thank you for that terminology. He was running backward. And he was backpedaling, and as they backpedaled and then they came to a stop, they would roll this gigantic. Think about your kickball. It was like it kind of like a kickball that was 3 times the size, or maybe 4 times the size. Would you say?
Yeah.
The coach would roll the big ball towards the player. So as they were stopping in their back pedal, they would run up towards the ball, and they had to kind of do a tackle. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
there you go.
Shoot the arms.
We're going to call that one.
Yeah, shoot the arms.
Shoot the arms.
Yeah, shoot the arms. Yeah.
Shoot the arms. And I told Lo I had not seen that before, but what I was noticing about it is that it looked like it was something that was trying to deal with their balance, possibly, of coming up on the player. Like sometimes if you are backpedaling and a player goes into into an out or the end, and maybe the cornerback has to stop and come back. Maybe that's what it was, probably trying to catch, like roll the ball in a certain way so you can catch it at an angle. What did you think of that? Is that something in your coaching experience that you kind of seen?
Yeah. So I think that was like, I think one of the main reasons why they did that was to really work on form tackling without, being, without actually tackling, because, all of the rules with the NFLPA. But I think they were just working on making sure, based on the angle that they rolled the ball, making sure that their frame lined up with the ball so they could just shoot their hands straight up. Because, we used to do that drill too. Making sure that, it's not a situation where you're reaching, because that's how you miss tackles, right?
There you go.
And if it's frame on frame and I just shoot my hands, I have a whole lot less of a chance to miss a tackle than coming back forward and reaching all over the place and
there you go,
possibly hurting shoulders, elbows, arms, and everything else. So I think that's what I think. It was just it just looked weird because it was just this big ball, right? And nobody was getting it.
Nobody. No, it did. That was the crazy thing. I think only one person I saw actually got it and pulled it up, but at the same time, for everybody else, you could see, almost like you were saying, instead of reaching and grabbing, it seemed like it was something that was helping their balance. So I like that. Yeah. I did notice that, and I'm double checking with you because you and I didn't really talk about it. I did not see Bijan. I'm not worried about it. I heard Drake come over, and I thought he said he was in
Bijan in Germany. Right now. Yeah, Bijan. Germany. Yeah, he's doing the whole marketing thing in Germany.
Right, he's in Germany. Mm-hmm. I did not see Kyle Pitts, which I'm sure we'll get to that. Going by some of the news we kind of leaked, some allegedly news about Kyle that we heard about today. And again, our first round pick, Walker was out there with the first team, again, practice, but I'm pretty sure they're going to put the 11 that they figure are going to be out there. And I actually saw Mr. Watts out there once with them too, which was very interesting to me, which means Jerry Fuller. Is it Jerry Fuller? Is that the guy? Jordan Fuller.
Jordan Fuller.
Jordan Fuller. The guy that got from Carolina. I saw him on the other side.
He was on the other side.
On the other side.
Yeah, he was on the other side over there. Okay.
And I actually saw, which was the big part that I said, I saw James Pierce on the other side. Now, again,
on the other side.
Listen, I'm not trying to say, no, yes, I am. We drafted him in the first round. No. Listen. No, hello. And I know I'm not supposed to, and I'm going against my cardinal rule because I'm the main person that come out there when everybody, goes crazy about people in t-shirts and shorts, and I get it, but hey man, you ain't gonna run them with the first team.
Man, come on. It's OTAs, huh? Come on, man. He's a rookie. Is
that a fan overreacting? Is that my fandom, which is cool, but is that my fandom overreacting?
For the first time ever, because you're normally the cooler head between the both of us.
I usually am, surprisingly.
For the first time, this is your fandom overreacting. For the first, between the two of us, for the first time, no, this is you overreacting.
But you want to see and not like you couldn't see him. We could still see him working out on the other side. But of course, if you're a fan and you see all the stars, you see Penix, you see Algier, you see Drake, you see AJ, you see Caden Ellis, you see Javon Walker, your attention is going to be on that side as opposed to the side of the folks we hope we don't see in the game on, you know what I mean? I mean, just keeping it real, people we hope we don't see. So,
and the crazy thing is, like, you can watch both sides and you can just tell the speed and everything just looks different. And I'm going to tell you something. Whenever I looked on the other side, James Pierce hit a out end move.
Yeah.
And it looked different. Like compared to everybody else out there.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it looked different. As a matter of fact, whenever he hit that move, the quarter, I think it was your boy, Phil Franks. He forced the pass and DeMarco Hellams caught a pig. So, that's not, that's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there.
You need to put your respect. Matter of fact, I think we need to, because it was so special today, I want to give a shout out to my boy Felipe Franks for showing up. Felipe playing some third string quarterback.
But look, he was throwing some good passes though.
He
Now.
actually was throwing some decent passes.
In all honesty, the passes were looking good.
All kidding aside, and Eastern Stick was there, but he was throwing some. He was throwing some. Now,
I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but he looked better than Stick. That's all I'm saying. I don't know, Berto, if you listening.
Berto trying to fool people. I'm trying to tell y'all, Berto, when we went, Berto came to the game and Felipe was on the sideline. Berto had a Felipe sign up. Y'all know, shout out to 95 North Sports Talk doing this thing.
95 North, man.
But he had his I Love Felipe thing. They made him take it down. He had a little sign. But all kidding aside, Felipe was throwing it better than Eastern Stick. But again,
yes,
as Allen, in the famous words of Allen Iverson, it's practice. It's practice.
We talk about practice, not a game. Not a game. Practice. And let me shout out some of the folks that's in here.
Oh, right go ahead.
They Sean Carswell in here. He's a What in the World Bowl. Yeah, get some.
Uh-oh.
So I just realized the other day that Sean Carswell, he was one of those Yeek boys, one of them Yeek dancers. I just realized that.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I and so this whole time I've been saying I've been putting the wrong inflection on the Yeek. Yeek, yeah. So I just realized that.
Yeek. Yeah. How are we going? High pitch or low?
Now you remember, like in the 90s, everybody was dancing at the what is it, the Freak Dick, and everybody be dead. Yeet,
Oh, that's what he was doing. Okay. Yeah. Now you remember my early 90s. I was unfortunately in the military. I was brainwashed in Seattle. we were under Nevada. It's a night time. It's contagious. What's up, Gerald?
What's going on, Gerald? What's going on with you, man? Ravendale is in here. What in the world, Bo? Cody's in here.
Man.
He says, we got to tell Terry to let Penix and Pitts cook for Pete's sakes. Or should I say, for Pitt's sakes? Okay. All right. I see what you did there. Yeah. Derek. What in the world, Bo?
Derek.
Berto's in here. What's going on? Eric Parker's in here. What in the world, Bo? Yes, sir. Jay Black. What's good? What's going on? Tanisha's in here. What in the world, Bo? Miss Carrie's in here. Said, hi, Uncle Steve and Biglow. Hope you both are doing well. Can't wait to hear all about what you saw at today's OTA.
Okay.
Definitely. So,
and I got a story for y'all about Biglow as soon as he.
Go ahead and tell.
No. Go
ahead and tell me what you're thinking.
Fancy boy, Georgia Tech boy, what's going on? No, we gonna talk.
He said, "What's happening, fellas? What in the world, Bo?" He said, "Penix is a boy." Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, boy. All I want to tell you is I've been to multiple OTAs. I've been to multiple training camps, and it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt people's feelings. Whenever I say this, it's gonna hurt people's feelings. Okay. Matt Ryan ain't never throw the ball out of practice like that.
Never. I have been to those OTAs as well, my friend. Never. And I love me some ice. Love me some ice.
Love them.
It has nothing to do with anything. Folks, the way this ball comes out, this young man, I'm trying to tell y'all, if we do this thing right, this young man is going to be special.
It's real.
No effort. Y'all watch him throw. Go back and watch some of those throws that he made. I mean, I'm just telling you, Lo. Archangel.
Look, I look. We on the same page. Whenever I came down there, I was like, "Oh, do you see these passes this boy throwing?" I mean, and then the whole knock on him, so far that I've been hearing this offseason is he needs to learn how to put more touch on the passes, and it's looking like he's doing that. It's looking like he's doing that.
I don't know what. Listen, if that was the assignment in the offseason, I could tell you on May 30th, it was working. The touch was working. I saw the man throw out of the backfield. We saw him with a couple of outs. We saw him with a couple of long passes in the end. You see when he was going, taking the guys to the end zone. Yeah. ATL skate, man.
What's going on, ATL skate, man? I don't know if I told you this, Uncle Steve, but did you realize ATL skate man was in ATL at the end?
He was in what?
The movie ATL.
The movie?
Yeah.
I think you told me that one time.
I did tell. Okay, yeah. Shout out to ATL skate man.
I think he told you that.
ATLGA Faithful says, I did not realize OTAs were open to the public, or is it a VIP thing? Only reason I got in because I know Uncle Steve and Coach Tyler and Coach Christine. Look, that's the only reason I got in there.
Let me tell y'all what happened. I got a call. Well, I didn't really get a call. Police called me, and I thought I was in trouble again. And they called, and they said, Johnson, Steven? They said, yeah. The Big Low motorcade will be moving out as soon as possible. Mr. Blank says, hurry up and get in so you can go to the practice with Too Low. They don't call him Big Low. They call him Mr.
Oh, okay. Who was it? Because it wasn't me.
Hey, man, I'm just telling you what they told me. I'm just saying what they told me. They wouldn't even let me ride the same car with him. He got in the car. He was in the motorcade. He was in the car head. They put him out at the door. They made me walk.
Man, come on, man. Come on. Look. Uncle Steve took the he took the golf cart. Me, Coach Rody, and Coach Tyler, and Coach Christine, we were walking. So that goes to show you right there who has the pull.
on the back of his motorcade, on his tag, the Georgia tag, it said, I tried to spell it. It looked like it's bougie. What does that say? Bougie.
We all know. We all know.
I tell y'all.
We all know. Between the two, look here, y'all. I've been telling y'all. But between the two of us, y'all know who the bougie one is. That even though. As a matter of fact, we can leave it up to the chat. If you feel like Uncle Steve is the most bougie one, put a one in the chat. I put one for Uncle Steve because we know, right? Oh, no. If you feel like I'm the most bougie, put a two in the chat.
Y'all better do this right. If y'all know, wait a minute, who you two rate? B1? Y'all know good and well how many times y'all at the game and y'all see Big Low on the screen 5 times more than you'll ever see me on the screen. Y'all better put that 2 in that screen if you're in Atlanta. Y'all better stop. Man.
Come on, man.
Y'all better stop playing.
So y'all feel like Uncle Steve is the most bougie, put a 1 in the chat. If y'all feel like, and there's no way. Yes. You feel like I am, put a 2 in the chat. Because we already know. Look at Johnson Rozier. He said it. Iron Mike. He said it. G. Davis, he said it. Look, I know Archangel. Archangel is being.
Art already know. Hey, go down there to Iron Mike. Go down there to Iron Mike.
Iron Mike said, oh snap! Oh, you got a point, man. Come on, man. Come on.
The truth, they'll wave it in front of me for 1 second. Then next thing you know, you see them overalls. And you see Low all over the screen.
Man, they ain't got they don't got nothing to do with being bougie. They don't got, they don't got nothing. That's them feeling sorry for me. That's what that is.
So before we get serious about football again, so let me tell you a quick story. Speaking of bougie today, right? So we're going out there to check out the OTAs today. So if y'all ever been to Flowery Branch, to the practices, and it's a beautiful facility. The fields are beautiful.
Yes.
The way they got everything kind of set up and whatever. So of course today, the weather was kind of shaky. So we had a little bit of chance of rain. But, you know, the fans that we are, we going to go out there and do our thing.
Yeah.
So I come out and, you know, once I pass the bodyguards, I get a chance to see Lo. Hey, Lo, what's going on? And Lo, I was like, hey, Lo, I'm going to go down here to the bottom of the hill and be amongst the people. What you going to do? And he's like, well, peasant, I'm going to stay underneath this. I'm going to stay underneath this tent. Me and my queen here. We're going to stay underneath here. You go down. So I went down to the bottom. And so then about 20 minutes later, Lo come down. He kind of looking up in the sky because it's gray and everything. So he's out there he's out there with me about 5 minutes, y'all. 5 minutes. This is what happened. Drip. Like 3 or 4 drops come. That's Lo. Oh, well, I better get up the hill. I know. I'm gonna melt if this rain get me. I'm gonna melt. So you at practice amongst the people, and you scared to get rained on down in the back. Y'all know where your ump was. Your ump was down there roughing it. Okay, I had an umbrella, but that
had an umbrella. Okay, exactly. He had an umbrella.
And he run up to the frame. And then the rain finished in about 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Then Lo come tiptoeing back.
Okay, tiptoeing right on back down though.
Tell the fans why. Tell the chat why you couldn't stay down there.
Man, what so all right. Especially for all my married men in the chat that's watching. Okay. It started raining. And you know, I got this is a coach's shirt, so I pulled the hoodie up. Rain started getting harder. I turned around, I look back. Coach Ronnie standing on top of the hill with her hands on the hips. I was like, man.
Stop the cap.
Oh, my bad.
No. You good. So I turn around, look right at Coach Ronnie. She got her hands on the hips. And all I can hear is, if I get sick, you know you shouldn't have been down there. You know you shouldn't have been down there. You down there trying to tough it out with Uncle Steve. So I was like, you know what? If I'm going to hit it off at the past, I'm just going to go ahead and go on up there. You know.
In that case, because if Miss Kira was there too, if Aunt Kira was there, shout out to our beautiful bride, it probably would have been the same thing.
It would have been the same thing. Exactly. So I was like, you know what? I don't want to be sick because I'm going to tell you something. Coach Ronnie is the I told you so queen. I mean, I've never seen someone to say I told you so in so many different ways than Coach Ronnie. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and tiptoe on back up here. And I'll slide back down a little bit later on. So,
well, more power to you, because Kira doesn't tell you I told you so. She'll just look at you. That's worse. She just look at you. You missed the chat up there, man. Let's get it. GA blessed you on.
Let's get it, GA. Shouts out, donate to Uncle Steve's channel. He says, "Hey, dinner's on me. Much love to you guys. Let me give you the lowdown." That's a Superman chat for da-da-da. That's a Superman chat. Shouts out to Let's Get It, man.
Uh-oh.
You got anything for him there?
I was trying to turn it up. Can you hear that?
No, I can't hear it.
Okay, let's try this.
Walk by every day.
Can you hear that?
Uncle Steve here to stay.
Yeah, I can hear it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That kind of message. Oh, we gonna try try that again.
I was hitting the background. I was hitting the background falsetto. I don't know if you heard
We gonna try. We'll try that again. Let's get it, GA. You the man, brother. Appreciate you, man. You are
Definitely,
the dude.
man. Appreciate that. Let's get it. Appreciate that, man. So look here. I had my bougie moment today, but everybody knows.
He did.
Everybody knows Uncle Steve. At the end of the day, Uncle Steve, he's the most bougie. I mean, come on.
Wow. I did kind of win that, which is scary, y'all. I thought y'all were my friends out here in the chat, but that's all right. That's how it works. Listen, I saw somebody put something on there about Kyle Pitts, man. Let's talk about it because obviously he wasn't there on the field today, even though if you noticed, I don't know if you heard the conversation next to us when somebody asked where Kyle Pitts was, and one of the players said, "Oh, he in there, but he wasn't out on the field."
Oh, I said I didn't hear that.
Yeah, when I don't want to mess up the player who said it. But I'll only talk about what the player literally said to us. But one of the fans behind us asked where Kyle Pitts was. He said, "Oh, he in there, and didn't say it. That was it. But I know I've been seeing a couple of things on Twitter and everything about a possibility that teams were asking about Kyle Pitts. I know this is one of those topics in the offseason, probably right next to Kirk Cousins, about how people feel about what we should do. What are you thinking about that whole situation, or had you even seen that? Today?
So I saw it. I think it came out while we were at the practice, right?
Right.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, shouts out to Miss Carey. I know she said that and Miss Carey should really consider getting her journalist license because bro, whenever something unfolds, she's like the first to retweet it or report it back to everybody. But Miss Carey was saying that Steelers were a team that was really interested in trying to get Kyle Pitts because they need weapons, especially after trading George Pickens. That's right. And that kind of makes sense, especially since Arthur Smith was the only coach that was dumb enough. I mean, that was innovative enough to take Kyle Pitts, the highest tight end in history. So, right. I mean, if that's something, and I'm also hearing stuff about a package deal, Kirk Cousins and Kyle Pitts.
That's a lot. I think as I was talking to somebody today, that June 1st date is upon us now. So it'll be very interesting come Sunday or after Sunday to see if the Falcons pull the trigger on anything. Again, it would still be a sizable cap hit if we were to do it. I'm not with everybody. When everybody's talking about the distraction part, I get where people are coming. It's a distraction to us as fans. But I really feel like if Kirk tells them, "Hey, y'all, I want to go somewhere else, but I'm cool," because as long as the direct deposit's still hidden, it's all good. Exactly. But I just don't see that being a big issue. But anyway, back to Kyle. I'm just at a point right now where I'm saying, dude, if we didn't do anything with him pre-draft already, I just say go ahead and let him play. Y'all, if y'all remember, he's paying it. I think he's 10 point something million dollars. And if he signs, if he walks away as a free agent, we'll get compensation for that. We'll get a compensatory pick for that. I think at this particular point, since we already kind of passed that stage, I just say you go on and let him play, let him earn, and see if he happens to be a pleasant surprise, and then we can let him do his own thing.
So, and I heard you say that about the compensatory pick a little bit earlier today when we were talking. Mm-hmm. Do we have any idea like what type of pick it would be?
It depends on what kind of year he has, and that's why I was saying the guy who was the And again, it's killing me. The Kansas City, he left last year, not this past year, was 23 going into 24. The guy in the backfield right after they won the Super Bowl, and he got signed. And I think you were right, by Tennessee, and they just reaped that pick this past year, and I think it was a 3rd round pick. It was a third round pick from him. It would be best for if Kyle could get that 8 touchdown, 700-yard kind of season. I think it would still be beneficial for us to say, hey, let's squeeze that lemon for what it is, move on, and get us a young cat to come in here and catch them passes from Penix, because I think Penix will make all of them look good.
I really do. I really do. Look, I think I agree with you. Unless you're just getting something like a 2nd round pick, I agree with you. I'm basically thinking, hey, because you could possibly just turn around and draft a tight end next year. I'm really excited about that tight end that we have coming in from South Carolina.
Yeah.
Joshua Simon. But
right.
I mean, in the meantime, I mean, he's a 1st round pick. You might as well see if you could capitalize off of his talent. So I mean, yeah, I want to keep him and go ahead and trade Kirk Cousins. I'm be honest with you. I would prefer to keep Kirk Cousins, honestly, just as a reliable backup, because if Felipe Franks and Easton Stick if they're battling it out, I don't know how comfortable I feel in that situation.
And as much as I'm waving the flag for my boy Felipe, if any time during the 2025 season Felipe is getting a ball from a center, we're in trouble.
We're in trouble. We're in trouble. I know that's your boy, but we're in trouble.
If you can zoom in, I don't know if you can zoom in on that Archangel comment where he was talking about Penix is a real quarterback and Kyle Pitts hasn't had a real quarterback since Matt Ryan. I want people, and I'm not talking about you, Art. That's a profound statement, but there are a lot of people that still are under the thought that Kyle Pitts balled out that year. If y'all remember, we didn't have anybody left. Julio was tricked by Shannon Sharp. Calvin Ridley was doing early returns on FanDuel.
Wow.
Our number 1 wide receiver what's my cat's name who left for
Russell Gage.
And he took off. And so my thing is he didn't have a choice but to throw to Kyle Pitts that year. So when everybody keeps talking about he balled out, he really didn't ball out. We really just didn't have a choice. You got 2 chats there, Lo. Let's get it. Got us again. And
let's get it. Shout out. Let's get it for another.
Yes, sir.
He said, I'm giving you the lowdown. So obviously, I don't know if you're familiar. Whenever I first started doing YouTube,
okay,
I used to do the shorts, and I used to come in and be like, your boy Lo knows sports. I want to make sure that you do too. I do like some sort of dance or something. Let me give you the lowdown. So he's taking it back old school.
You to dance it, right?
Huh?
We discontinued the dancing, correct?
No, of course. I mean, we all know who we all know. We know who got it, though. How you playing games?
They already know I can. They already know I can sing, Lo. Don't let them see I can dance too. That we gonna get that challenge down right too.
Come on. Look, I was at Uncle Steve's house the other day. Like, hey, they doing the boots on the ground over here. Let's go. I'm like, nah, Lo. Nah, no, you keep that one. I was out there. I wasn't there, y'all.
No, it's again, y'all being bougie, being bougie. Get that bad Superman chat.
He says, give you the lowdown on your channel. Too low. He says, I know sports. That's a dun da da. That's a Superman chat. Shouts out to you. Let's get it.
Follow Rizz Super Chat. Uncle Steve will read your comment. Talk a lot about this and that. You know we act a fool. Should've known better. Yeah. The very comment I was reading. So we'll always read your super chat.
What?
Dang,
Got it, boy.
Yeah, I hear you there.
Tell you, boy.
Tyler is getting good, man.
Nah, ain't no Tyler. Disrespect to me. I got your boots on the ground too. I'm gonna get you on that one. We gonna have
you gonna get me on that one? Okay.
Shout out Big John in the house.
Shouts out to Big John, man. The eye test, y'all make sure y'all check the eye test out,
Yes.
man. They get on there and they do great shows. Shouts out to everybody on here. That's I think I seen ATLGA Faithful in here earlier. Y'all make sure y'all check him out. Of course, 95 North Sports. A lot of great content creators out here. But Big John says, did they say when the public is going to be able to come to Flowery Branch? I don't want to hear no mess about not being able to climb the hill this year. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat. Wait a minute. You got to say it like John. And I don't want to hear no mess.
JR is country as all get out. Y'all, I'm gonna tell you something. You know, y'all know I love some Jay. Jay country. Jay,
Yep.
Jay is country,
Yes.
country.
Yes. All day. And I don't want to hear no mess about climbing that hill this year either.
So listen, Jay, I climbed the hill 2 times. So what? And well, I can't say nothing because JR was in our basketball game this past week and kind of did his thing out there on the court. So that I'm gonna give him a brief pass this week. So
That's how those JR, man.
JR
I had that Euro step on y'all now. He was cooking for a little bit now.
He was cooking for a minute till that body ran down. Do y'all see JR cooking?
That son is undefeated, my friend. That son is undefeated.
Yeah, man.
That son is undefeated, bro.
We were out there playing and it felt like 90 degrees. I don't know how hot it was, but it was hot this past Sunday. And we were sweating up there like stock pigs, man.
Boy.
But we had a good time. We had a good time. Now,
You
but I don't know.
JR super chat though.
Oh, my man, yeah.
Whoever my Falcons. Hey, that's my team. You wanna hear news, wanna hear songs, then chill with Uncle Steve. Forever my Falcons.
Oh yeah.
Hey, that's my
Boy, y'all, gotta tell you. KC came up to me about 20 years ago and said, Steve,
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh.
Oh man. Well, Steve, you a fool, man. Sounds like everybody in the chat, man. Billy Bills, he said, Uncle Steve, he says, this guy Pitts, you got a foot problem now? He says, over there in Dubai playing in sand. He says, he got stung, huh? Like, what in the world?
You know, when he was over there with him, Michael Parsons, Bijan, and who else was it? It was 4 of them. It was Michael Parsons.
Jesse? No, it wasn't Jesse.
Was it Jesse Bates? It was somebody. No, it was Bijan, Michael Parsons, Kyle Pitts, and it was somebody else.
It was somebody. I can't remember who the fourth
somebody else come up with it in the chat.
Oh,
but
I'm sorry, Uncle Steve. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you good.
Pelicans know you. He says, Big Low, who those quarterbacks? So Pelicans know you. He's a Saints fan. He was talking about who are Easton Stick and Felipe Franks. But
I got a better question for him. I got a much better question for him. Who in the blank is Spencer Rattler? What's the boy name? Throw. I don't even know his name. How you gonna have a competition with quarterbacks with guys who aren't good quarterbacks? I'm gonna tell you what. If New Orleans is smart, y'all better call Desmond Ritter. They better. I'm just saying. No Saints fan need to say a word.
Don't even say nothing.
Don't
need to say
a
nothing.
word right now. Y'all were foolish enough to re-sign Cam Jordan, his what am I clout chasing behind. New Orleans shouldn't be saying a word to nobody.
They shouldn't be saying nothing.
They start talking about some quarterback. Quarterback shouldn't even come out of your mouth. Talking about New Orleans. Yeah, I saw somebody. I saw this list talking about New Orleans got some nice receivers with all Chris Olave and Sheed. I said, well, who gonna throw it?
Who gonna throw it to him?
Who gonna throw it to him? Taysom Hill gone.
Dude. At the
Taysom Hill gone.
Chris Olave is probably most likely out of there too. It's not like he's set roots there.
Hey man, Chris Olave, a good hill. I wish the man I wish the man good, but Chris Olave, he gotta be careful of them headshots.
Yes.
You know, you got to and I mean, and I'm saying that not in a funny way, just to say you got to be careful. That man took a second shot and was gone the rest of the year.
Yes,
that's serious business, man. That's no joke.
Yeah.
So they better get that together.
Archangel doing stuff for CJ and Armand. They said it was Justin Fields.
Oh, was it Justin Fields?
Yeah,
okay, thank you, Armand. Thank you, CJ. Thank y'all.
And also Kenziel says, Uncle Steve, I see that you're getting ready for that 25 season with that theme Forever My Falcons.
Gazelle, that's my dude, man. What's going on, brother? Yeah, man. Oh, I gotta refresh the thing because every time low come over here challenging me, I gotta go back. I gotta go back in the lab.
Ain't nobody challenging you.
I be kicking Dr. Dre out the lab. Like, get out, man. Ooh, Dre. Hey. Let me go in there and do some things.
Well, shout out JR. He says, if y'all hadn't cut on that oppressive cotton picking slave master Boston Gardens heat, I could have been a contender.
Look. So and low, we peer pressured him in too. You remember that old Life commercial with the Life series? What Life series was that? Life series? No, what name? Checks. What's the cereal?
Yeah. You got Check cereal whenever they were getting ready to go play.
They let Mikey. They were trying to take Mikey into Mikey. You won't play. He won't play. Will he? He won't play. And we gotta peer pressure him.
Y'all ain't right. Y'all ain't right. Look, I had to go to eye test the other night just to go and check on John. I just wanted to make sure he was all right. I was like, oh, they live. Let me go and check on John.
See, I'm not a good friend. I should have checked on him too. My bad.
Daggone.
Oh man.
But so let's talk about the intel that we got from the OTAs today. So look, y'all. First of all, you've been to a few of those player picnics, right? You've been to.
This is number technically 4, but 3 we got rained out last time, so this is my 4th one.
Got you. Do you remember whenever we went? What was that? 2 years ago? Whenever Desmond Ritter was the quarterback.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Did the energy feel different from this time to last time, or that other time?
It felt like, and it was the same thing that I say every time about our buddy Desmond. I think we were trying to wheel him into being what he wasn't, and there was nothing spectacular about him. So the buzz was optimistic, but it wasn't that.
Yes.
Today, and even the assemblage of some of this talent that we have, I'm telling you, it's a different level because we have some talent
Yes.
now. So I don't know if that was helping, but that's what I was.
Yeah, no, that definitely helps. And so for example, I think Coach Christine, Coach Tyler, Uncle Steve, I can't remember who it was. But somebody asked Caden Ellis. He said, "Hey, how do you feel about this defense after?" Or did he say the linebackers? I can't remember.
That was Uncle Steve that asked that question.
Okay. Uncle Steve. Okay, got you. Uncle Steve asked, "Well, what did you ask him, Uncle Steve?"
Well, first he came over and I told him, I said, "What's up?" And I said, "I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I didn't want to like you when you were coming for the Saints." I told him that. I said, "I didn't want to like you for you the Saints, but you proved me wrong." And you know what he told me? He said, "Real talk." He said, "Real talk. That's all right. That's all right." And he laughed. And then I asked him, I said, "How did the linebacker crew look?" And he told me, "Yeah, man, they're coming together. They are really fast." He said, "We're going to be really fast this year." And it said, "You're going to see a difference. They are really fast." Now, you're talking about Caden Ellis, who already has that scat type, quickness himself. If he's saying that they're fast, I want to believe that they're fast, judging by him.
Yes.
And I think I told that
because, and the thing is that you can kind of tell when somebody's just saying something, and whenever they're legitimately genuine about it. And he was like, whenever somebody hits that, man, all I can say is we're really fast. Whenever he hit that, I was like, oh yeah, there's something to it.
You did it just like he said it. Your mannerism is exactly how he said that. Like he's like, oh yeah.
I mean, it was almost like, I don't even know if y'all are ready for it, kind of thing. Like he was like, man, we're going to be really fast this year. He was like, we're going to be on top of a whole lot of plays. I was like, man, okay, because I don't know if you were there with me whenever I was talking to D'Angelo Malone. So I talked to D'Angelo Malone. I was like, hey, so are they going to have you lined up at edge most of the year? Because I heard that you might be moving. And he was like, I'll be honest with you, I'm playing at both spots, just like Jalen Walker is going to be playing at both spots. So, I mean, I think we might be seeing a different type of defense this year, man.
I think you're going to be seeing a linebacker centric team as opposed to what we've been seeing the last couple of years, and somebody's going to get left out of this crew, because I mean, we're talking Walker, Bertrand, Troy Anderson, who am I leaving out? Well, Caden Ellis, D'Angelo Malone. Yeah. So somebody's Diablo Divine. Oh yes,
yeah, Diablo.
So somebody's gonna get left out of this linebacker group on this team. We can only take 53, and there was a lot more than 53 out there today.
There's a lot more than 53.
So somebody is going to be on the way out, and I have no idea who it's going to be. I see Millie down there say it's either Troy or AK. And AK, do they really consider him more of a outside?
Yeah, I mean, they consider him more like an outside linebacker. Coming in with them blitzes.
The only thing I say with that, Millie, is that at least AK has been available, and that's the one thing that AK is gonna have over Troy right now is his availability. And we can laugh about AK's 5 or 6 sacks a year, but it's been more than what anybody else has had in the last. And I'll bet you over the last 3 years, I bet he's our leading sack getter, but from 22 to now.
You know what, you're right. You might be right, actually. You might be right.
I don't even think I have to go ask, because I know he had at least 5 last year, and might have had 6.
Yeah, I think he had 6.
And the year before he had about 5.
Yeah.
And the only other person I think that came close, I know Calais led us the year before, and obviously he's gone. Caden Ellis had about 6 last year, and I don't think he had as many as I don't think he had as many as he did in 23. But he was all over the place. He was doing a lot of different things. Yeah, we gotta, I think the linebacker is going to be. Oh, and I forgot Braylon Trice.
Braylon Trice coming back.
And again, I forgot all about Braylon.
Yeah.
So somebody's going to be gone, and not saying that's a bad thing. That's saying we've improved the talent level. So we don't have to. When we were all like, "Oh, Nate Landman," but Nate Landman really isn't that guy.
Yes. Yeah. Shouts out to Willie Doc coming in here. Willie Doc says, "What's up, Big Low, Uncle Steve?" So are we good on D-line? We just gonna roll with Root and Dorless. No other big pretties. That's what I'm talking about, Willie Doc. We gonna get dun da da. That's a Superman chat. So I'm saying, I don't know if you know, I always say big pretties. People call us big uglies. I don't know why. We big beautiful men. I don't know why they say
jealous.
That
Big boys rule.
Yeah, hello. I don't know what time it is.
We got a chance to talk to Root today.
Yeah.
We spoke to Root.
Root was bigger.
Root
was bigger.
Low. I wasn't ready for that.
I wasn't either.
So I'm gonna tell you. So just the insight, because I think I've come to the conclusion that Low has no chill. So we're on the fence, and so you see all the kids are over to the left because they told the kids they can get autographs. Dude, we all want autographs. We all just want to get a selfie.
Yeah.
And Low hollering out there, and we say to ourselves, "Nah, we ain't gonna holler at them, but they too late. They too far away." And then Low said, "Nah, we ain't gonna holler." Then next thing, Woo! Woo! And he come over too.
He came over.
He sees some big boys. He sees some big boys over there. He come over, and we gonna make him laugh. So
you already know it. You already know it.
But we got some good laughs. Who do we pull over there? We had Rook.
We had Rook.
Brother Pierce.
Chris Lindstrom. Yeah.
Chris Lindstrom. Oh, that was the other conversation. We'll get to that in a second. Pierce. The 2 rookies, Watts and
Billy Bowman.
Yeah. Got a chance to get with them. If y'all go to Facebook, I put some pictures online of some of them over there and everything. But yeah, man, I mean, but the guys were more than willing to talk to us and everything like that. So it was
Casey
a really
Washington.
Casey Washington, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, Casey Washington. Arnold Ebiketie, he came over there.
Yeah. Yep.
Who else? Drake London, and y'all, I'm telling y'all, Drake. As a matter of fact, so I just want this to be documented.
Okay.
Drake London promised me that he's going to hit the lean with it, rock with it, sometime this year after he scores a touchdown. He promised me now. So
he did.
If y'all see him hit that, if y'all see him hit it one time, just I said, hey Drake, like I just want an ATL inspired touchdown dance. That's all I want. He was like, what you want, man? What you want? He said he'll do a modified Dirty Bird with a lean with it, rock with it. So
he did. So if y'all see it this year, y'all know that came from Low. Low absolutely asked him. But we got there's Twisted in the house. What's going on,
Twisted?
brother?
What's going on, Twisted? Man, Twisted says, what in the world, Bo? He said, I'm sorry I'm late with kid, but I heard Steelers and Chiefs looking at Pitts for a day 2 trade. How you feel? Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chat. And for everybody out there that don't know, Twisted is a new parent. So congratulations once again, brother. Congratulations, man.
And I'm going to say this right now, Twisted. Don't ever start that sentence with "sorry, late with the kid." Your excuse is built in for the next few years, bro. Because
yes, sir.
that first kid thing is no joke, brother. And
Man,
sop it up like gravy and enjoy it, because it's gonna be a beautiful experience and all of that. Congratulations to you, bro.
definitely, man, definitely. Y'all make sure y'all check out Twisted Torch TV, one of the most energetic content creators out there, man. Got a little twisted, bro. Got a little twisted. But yeah,
Twisted got a little attitude, man. Twisted. No, for real. Twisted got a little bite to him.
Yeah.
He got a little bite to him, which I love that, especially about the team. You know, he got a little bite. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that, brother. I love that. Got to. Every now and then you gotta have that. So but as far as the Steelers and the Chiefs looking for Pitts, I can kind of see if Kansas City said possibly let's look for the after plan. I really think this is Kelsey's last year. Yeah, Kelsey is going to have a career doing.
Yeah, he's good.
He's going to be on ESPN, somebody's platform. He's going to be doing that and making a lot of money. He's good. Or being the muse for I might want to shake it off.
Oh, Taylor.
So, shout out to the Swifties. We don't need any Swifties coming down on it. That OG, Uncle Steve. Let's get them, Swifties. Let's get them. Have all the Swifties out here. Talking about it.
You know they coming for you. You better be careful now. You know, I ain't saying nothing, y'all. I ain't saying nothing.
And I don't care about no Swifties. If my name ain't Dustin Goodwin. But I can see Kansas City possibly going there a little bit more. I think Fairmouth, to me, is going to be in Pittsburgh for a while. And not to say you can't have a 2 tight end system. And again, we're talking about our boy Arthur there. So you already know he love him some tight ends. So I can see that. But I still wouldn't hold my breath. I have to see that to believe it, because I don't think the Falcons just throw him away. I just don't think they do.
Arthur Smith is the equivalent of someone who loves ice cream who's lactose intolerant. Arthur Smith loves some tight ends, but he don't got no business using them.
Wow.
Man, but I know Willie Dock, he mentioned earlier, he was asking if we legitimately got a D line. So when Morgan Fox came over there, Morgan Fox looked like an offensive lineman.
Yes, he's a big
guy.
He's a big guy.
Yes.
Stocky. Dude. Stockier than I kind of thought he was. So what are your thoughts on him? What are you thinking?
So I think Morgan Fox, I got a feeling he's going to be, I mean, because I remember whenever we got him during free agency, I feel like he might be that guy that we look back on later on halfway through the year and be like, man, it's a good thing we got Morgan Fox. I feel like that's going to be the guy. Caden Ellis was that guy a couple of years ago. I remember we got Caden Ellis. It wasn't that big of a deal, but I remember Saints fans, they were like, man, y'all got Caden Ellis. And then we seen, how much, he led the team in tackles, and I think did he lead the team in sacks 1 year or almost did?
Yeah. He was right behind Calais.
Yeah. So
he's right behind Calais.
Yeah. So I feel like Morgan Fox is going to be that guy for it. He's going to be that free agency signing for us, where we're like, man, it's a good thing we got Morgan Fox. And just like we mentioned earlier, Root, he looks bigger. But Root just looks like an athlete, because I remember how big he looked before, He looks like the carbon copy of Grady Jarrett.
I'm gonna disagree with you. I'm gonna tell you who he looked like. He looked like God dang it. And he just lost my man. What's my man's name? Went crazy on the draft stage.
Tat?
He looked like Tat in his side. Again, I'm not telling you about production. I'm talking about big boy. Tat was a big boy.
Tat was big.
He was a big dude.
Yeah.
And when Root walked over there,
he came
for some reason, just a big dude. And I said to myself, I said, ooh, man, we got some big dudes on this team.
He looked bigger than Grady.
Oh, yeah. Because Grady, remember now, Grady
kind of squatty.
Compact and squatty. Ooh, that's a perfect word. Kind of squatty. Yeah. You went Grady built like a Mack truck, but he got that,
like a stump. Yeah.
Compact.
Like a stump.
Kind of thing. No, Root looked like somebody that you call to if you having problems. somebody ain't getting it. Man, get out my yard. No.
You know what? Hold on. Oh, I got something for you. Hold on 1 second.
right.
Hey, Root, what you doing?
What you doing? Right. And just get Root to come to the door. You ain't got to
step
outside.
Come to the door.
Come to the door. Just come to the door.
Look, I do need y'all to make sure y'all hit that like button. If y'all hit that like button for me, I promise you. I'll dance at your wedding one day. Uncle Steve, he can watch, but
okay, y'all gonna be disappointed. Y'all gonna be disappointed.
The hate is real.
He gonna be that. Y'all remember the beginning of Breaking when that girl couldn't dance at the beginning when they tried to teach her how to dance in Breaking? That's Big Low. Boogaloo Shrimp didn't work. Pop locking. And she was.
Wow.
That's low.
Wow. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button for me. I promise you, Uncle Steve won't dance at your wedding one day. That's even better.
I'm trying to tell you, man. Put me some platform shit. I'm gonna tell you real quick. My go-to when I was in the Army, we used to have to go. Now, this is Uncle Steve back in the day. And we used to go to the club. And so we needed money for libations because we didn't have a lot of money. They used to have lip sync contests.
Oh, man.
Bruh. I could do Bobby Brown every little step by step.
Dang.
Had the little polo. I had the little black silky outfit, hammer pants, bolo tie. See, y'all know about them bolo ties.
Y'all know about
bolo tie. And every little step I make.
You were hitting the.
I was doing it all.
Oh, man.
Every little step. And one time, I even brought 2 guys to do background for me.
No.
I did. And I won. I won a couple of times doing that. I'm not even lying, man.
Goodness gracious, man. Look, you can't beat that, man.
Hey, man.
Can't beat that. You was lip syncing, but I was actually performing. I was singing and dancing. So
same money, Lo. Same money. Millie Manilli made the same money. Look. Their bank account was
it was just as high. It was just as high.
It was just as high.
Oh man. Yuri came here. Yuri said, see you at training camp.
Beat Yuri.
What's
going on, buddy?
I think Yuri has clones because Yuri be everywhere, boy.
Man, Yuri, I wanted. Were you at a Dream game recently?
Yuri's everywhere.
Yeah, I know he's at United. I know I see him at Braves. I know I obviously see him at the Falcons, and the Hawks too. But I thought I saw him take a picture of the Dream, Atlanta Dream, man. I'm gonna tell y'all what.
Yeah,
y'all look out for that Atlanta Dream.
Yes.
They're gonna be fine.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, that's a good team. They got some big girls in the middle, and they got them 3-point shooters with Alicia Gray and Ryan Howard and Pow from South Carolina.
They got squad.
They got a squad, brother. They got a squad. Why is Pelicans still in the chat talking junk, man? Dude, it's over. What are you doing?
Well, one of the signs of grief is denial, right? So it's like, shouts out to Pelicans, know you for,
shout out to
out
with
us. But
shout out
it's gonna hurt. But see,
it's gonna hurt.
The beautiful thing is that you've been coming over here for so long, so the transition is gonna be easy. You can just make it as seamless as possible. So one day just come in here and be like, yeah, man, rise up. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing.
We'll leave you alone. We won't tell any of your 4 friends. We won't tell any of them. We won't tell any of them. And look, it's turned this year now. Y'all end the season in Atlanta for the first time in about 5 years.
Yes.
That y'all actually end the season in Atlanta. Y'all gonna be. Matter of fact, the best thing we can do for right now is get y'all in position to take Arch Manning. That's probably the best thing.
I think that's what they're working on.
That's what y'all need to worry about right now. Y'all don't need to concentrate on nothing for the season. Go ahead and trade Kamara, or I can't say bring him home because we got Bijan. But go ahead and trade Kamara.
Backup now. It'd be a good little backup if Tyler leaves.
I know, right? Hey,
it'd be a little backup. It'd be a good little backup.
I try to show some love for me. Kamara, a bad boy.
Bad boy.
But he about the only thing left. But it's Saints. Y'all might
as well. It's over.
Carolina is gonna be better than the Saints this year.
Yes.
And yes. I don't even think that's a stretch.
No.
I think not this year. Yeah. Not this year. I don't think so.
Now you mentioned something earlier on. You were saying that this defense is looking like it's going to be centered around the linebackers.
Yes.
Is it safe to say that in the past, whenever the Atlanta Falcons defense was good, they were centered around linebackers? Is that safe to say?
I think so. I look back, even going back to the Matt Ryan days when you had a sprinkle of early Curtis Lofton, Spoon was in the mix, and when you start talking about people that were centered in the middle, Deion Jones in his infancy when he first came on the scene, the more talent that you have roaming the middle, it seemed like the more balanced this defense is. And I'm just looking and low. Looking at what Caden was even talking about with the speed of the defense and the speed of the linebacker crew. So include him in that.
Yes.
But see what Braylon Trice is going to do. Now, I know Troy is kind of, we don't know what he's going to be because of his health. But if he does come back, we know he can move.
We know he can move.
And I'm just kind of right now, I really am feeling very energetic about what this linebacker crew is going to bring. And while you follow this up, I'm going to pull up that roster. And I just want to ask you, once you answer that question, I do want to ask you, what do you think about the chances of these guys making the team?
Oh, okay.
Come up. I saw the question about the South Carolina guy that Kenzel was asking. That
Joshua Simon.
Yeah.
I meant to get back to that. So thank you, Kenzel. I can tell you one thing. I know that the tight ends were looking really good. Mm-hmm. I was trying to find what his number was because I'm very excited about Joshua Simon. I feel like that could be your Kyle Pitts right there. Have you seen any of his tape? Oh,
I did not, and I know a lot of people. Link. A lot of people have been talking about him, but I have not seen him. What do you think? Do you think he's somebody that can come in here and make us forget? I say make us forget about Kyle Pitts, but we haven't had much to forget about. So do you think we haven't? No, we gotta stop. We gotta stop. Dude, we gotta listen as a fan base. And again, if he comes out on the field game one and is starting, brother, you're not gonna hear anybody yelling more for him than me. But as far as tell me a Kyle Pitts memory. Okay, that's my point. Give me a Kyle Pitts memory.
I mean, most of the memories are negative.
And that's my
most
point.
Most of the memories are negative. Yeah.
I mean, and this is listen. The best memory so far of his career is probably more attached to Michael Penix and how good he threw that ball to him last year against the Commanders. So, and this is not shade on Kyle Pitts. This is saying if another young tight end comes in here and shows some potential, even to a little bit above average level, dude, we're not gonna miss Kyle.
Yeah,
we're not.
I mean, I'm thinking. So great memories. I mean, I know he had like a couple of one-handed catches, right? With during the Matt Ryan, the end of the Matt Ryan era,
right?
But whenever I just think back on Kyle Pitts, most of the memories are negative. I just remember coming on here after games and people being like, "Man, he just ain't running. He ain't running routes. Man, he just kind of throws his hand at the ball." Or, "Man, it's like, how do you catch the ball and then throw it to somebody else?" Or, I mean, but I mean, you got a point. You legitimately got a point.
And this is not hate. And let me make y'all clear, dude, nothing's gonna make my heart better to see him make 6 to 8 touchdowns. But I'm just being real with it. Tanisha, I hope that's right. I do remember that game. Mm-hmm. That was his first touchdown ever, right? That was the one. Yeah. Was that the one he scored the first touchdown? And
only that season, yeah.
Yeah. But again, while I remember it because of, that was his first, but what has he done that has made us say, ooh-wee, that boy.
All that I can think is the Tampa game last year on National Tight Ends Day. That's the only thing I think of.
But a lot of fans are gonna dog him out for him Cadillacing into the end zone and almost costing us a touchdown. How many people have talked about that more? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I hope right. So. I'm with Yuri. I know. I hope he does go crazy because it's a contract year. I hope he does. But at the same time, I think I'm just tempering my enthusiasm about what he's gonna do. I don't know. I hope he comes through. I hope.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. So we also got Tyler Algier's uncle in here. Uncle Lou's in here.
Louis,
what's going on, Uncle Lou? Hope you're doing good tonight.
What's going
on? Look, Tyler was looking like Tyler today. Like Tyler was, he was looking pretty doggone good.
He is deceptively quick too, and I really, in some ways, while I'm glad we have Bijan, man, Tyler, it's gonna be a decision to be made this year, and I'm telling you, the Algier family is gonna cash in on that too. Because either way, Tyler's gonna be fine. Because I really do feel like I'm sure he wants to finish the job here in Atlanta. But if you're about that business, it is a huge decision. Because say, for instance, we go 11-6, make the playoffs with the thunder and lightning of both of those guys. There will be something to think about to go forward. But if you're also Tyler Algier, there are about 10 teams out there that could use a starting quarterback.
You mean running back?
I knew what I said, running back. You see how smooth I did that?
I slid right on it. Yeah,
slid right on
that's
it.
it. There you go. There you go.
So from top, listen, I am super happy that he's on our team this year.
Yeah,
but it's gonna be nothing but love if he goes somewhere else. No, and I don't blame him one bit.
Man, he gave us a great year. Shouts out to Carrie in the chat. Carrie says, "Big love, Uncle Steve." Says, "I hope y'all are doing well. Not sure if you saw my comment earlier. Hope y'all had a great time at OTA."
Oh,
what's going
thank
on,
you, Carrie? We
Shouts out
appreciate
to
that.
Yeah,
Carrie,
I got to cross homes.
Are we over? Did T. Will ever apologize for banning her on the station? Did he ever?
I never got into that one.
Yeah, man.
For
the record, T. Will is banned on my station
until further notice.
Justice is done for Carrie.
Till justice is served, man.
Till justice is served.
Hashtag
no,
free Carrie,
no more T. Will.
Hashtag free Carrie, man.
Free Carrie.
I do need y'all make sure y'all hit that like button for us. If you hit that like button, I promise you we'll dance at your wedding one day. Well, I will, but I definitely, need to make sure y'all hit that like button. Now, Uncle Steve, you said something about the conversation that we had with Chris Lindstrom.
Yes, that was another conversation. Let me ask you another question too. When Chris came up, did Chris look thin?
He did.
I'm not saying. I mean, I don't know what his pre-meal thing is, and I don't know whether that's better for us or not. But I'm not gonna argue with an All-Pro guard. But man, he looks good. I mean, when I say he
looks thinner,
he's thin. He looks like he's in great shape. But that was another one that we had a chance to. He came over and just so gracious coming over to him, and I asked him. I said, "How do you feel the group is meshing this year?" And he said he thinks this is going to be the best year. He said this is the best year that they so far. He said this is the best he's seen the line since he's been there. He literally said that to me. That is not breaking it. He said this is the best the line has been since he's been there, and that's a high statement. And people, I know people, we want to throw McGarry under the bus a few times and the revolving center position last year and stuff like that. Folks, we got one of the top offensive lines in the game.
Oh yeah.
And I think, unfortunately, when you're 8-9, it's hard to talk about the best. It's hard for Bijan to get love when you're 8-9. It's hard for Drake to get love when you're 8-9. It's hard for Jesse to get recognized when you're 8-9. And the same thing goes for that offensive line. But changing the trajectory of things and making the playoffs this year, maybe we'll finally get some notice as we should in the NFL. Not that you need that, just win. Everything will come in play when you win. So yeah.
Look, I'm not mad at you. And once again, whenever we ask, whenever Steve asked, what'd you say?
I said the guy from Detroit got the All-Pro nod when Jesse Bates should have got it last year.
Oh yeah, definitely. But I was just getting ready to say is that once again, whenever you ask the question, first of all, y'all, Uncle Steve, he was asking some really good questions to the players. I was, joking with them and everything, but Uncle Steve was asking some really good questions. But whenever you ask that question to Chris Lindstrom once again showed a different type of enthusiasm than we've seen. Like I said, the year before last when we went there, everybody was just like, I don't know. I mean, I think we got a chance to do something special. But this year I don't know if Raheem is rubbing off on them or if it's a situation where, they legitimately feel it. But whenever you ask Chris Lindstrom that question, Chris is, oh yeah, this is yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So and once again, Archangel, he said it in the chat, like, hey, everybody looks good in shorts and t-shirts and everything, but all these guys that we ask these questions to, all of them are veterans. They done seen 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 OTAs.
Yes.
They know the difference. You
Yes.
know what I'm saying? So
yes,
man,
it would have been nice to get Big Jake over there to see what he thought of him.
Yeah, I was trying to get to
on the
him.
side. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
I was
another
trying-
one. That was another one. Look, Jake.
Hey, I mean,
Hey.
somebody got to do it.
But,
Somebody got to do it.
That didn't work. That didn't work too well.
Hey, I was like, hey, Jake, I'm with Uncle Steve. That's what I did. You know, that's how I got Rook over there. Like, hey, Jake, Uncle Steve down here. That's, you know, that's what he did. That's what he did.
Hey, man, I'm looking at like I said, this linebacker room is oh shoot, we got Padre. Is he Padre in a while?
Padre's in here. Padre says, what's good, coach? He says, got P-Paw with you today. Much love to the second best singer of Southern Silk, Uncle Steve.
There you
Hello.
go.
I hang up
There
and
you
listen.
go.
That gum. Dun, dun, dun. That's a Superman chant. Goodness
Hold on,
gracious.
let me put something for him.
Used to be the cold way I treat the listeners. But now I've grown, and in Uncle Steve's lounge, all I do is love to read your super chat. That's what I love to do.
See, and see, Padre, you know what? See, let's try to tell you, man. Coming in here with that weakness. You and Big Low, y'all go down to Chuck E. Cheese and do your karaoke. While I'll be on America's Got Talent.
Oh, okay. Okay. Henry County's got talent. That's what it is.
That's all right.
Henry County's got talent.
Hey. That's all right. That's all right. Shout out to Mike.
Shout out to Mike, man. Kerry says, T. Wood had me blocked for 3 weeks. He said, thank you, Uncle Steve. I appreciate it. But I'm unblocked now, finally. It's
Good
not
job.
it's not hashtag free Tory, it's free Kerry.
Oh, wow.
Doggone Kerry. Goodness gracious.
Wow. Wow.
Oh
man. See, that's so bad. Somebody was asking earlier about the cornerbacks too. Now, did you pay attention as much to the secondary? I know it's kind of a hard situation because most of the time when we were looking, AJ was out there. I think that's Hughes is out there because Hughes is 31, right?
No, that's Watts. Watts is 31. Hughes is 21.
21. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
21. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And he was out there.
Yes.
But I wasn't paying as deep attention. And remember, I think those are the guys that probably are going to look the most vulnerable during practice because, you know, they're going to give them the space to catch those balls and stuff like that. You probably won't see real checking until probably the beginning of actual training camp. But did you see anything at all that kind of caught your eye as far as that?
So I seen the Marco Hillums. He caught an interception. I don't know if you seen that on the other field.
On the other side.
Yeah.
On the Felipe side.
On the Felipe side.
On the Felipe side.
Which wasn't a good thing because they were literally letting them hold the ball as long as they wanted to before they threw it.
They were.
He literally looked around for
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi.
Yes. And then he threw it. The Marco Hill like, oh, okay. So that's not a good thing. But
and here's the thing, you mentioned him. Think about what Hellums have had to deal with. You know, there were a lot of people last year when the other safety position kind of struggled that thought, oh man, wait till Hitman Helms get back. And now we've basically got Xavier Watts and Bowman, who's probably gonna be somewhat of a little bit of a flex in there. I know I heard him talk about him at nickel, possibly for Bowman. I think Raheem, when they asked about him last week, about putting him in that slot and trying him in there. So
and don't forget about Jordan Fuller.
See, and when they got Fuller, I was kind of wondering about that. And I don't know. Was Fuller's contract pretty? I'm gonna check that while we looking at that too.
Yeah, why you checking that? Because so at that safety spot, you got, both of the safeties, you got Jesse Bates, Jordan Fuller, Marco Helms, Xavier Watts. There was somebody else. Was Abernathy a safety?
Abernathy is the safety.
Yeah. They might have let him go. I can't remember.
No, I think he's. I think he's still on the team.
Okay.
I think he is. I think he is.
And then you got Billy Bowman, who could also play safety. So,
right.
That safety room is full, man.
So that's my point. So again, this is why I'm a little more enthused about this year, because we were settling for the Helms. We were settling for the Landmans. We were settling for folks like that. Now we actually have some people they should be able to securely, take care of that job, as opposed to what we were doing before. So I'm kind of happy that we have some new folks in there. So yeah, I think that's encouraging to me.
Yeah.
Very encouraging.
Yeah. As far as the cornerbacks, because I know that Padre, he asked about the safeties. As far as the cornerbacks, it's really hard to, especially now whenever, it's just OTAs, they're just working on back pedals, and like they did some 11 on 11s, but like we said earlier, like they literally let them hold the ball for 8-9 seconds before they would throw it. But I think everybody was watching Kobe Bryant. They wanted to know, how he was looking, and he moved around the field really well. And once again, y'all, we apologize we couldn't get any film for you because they were like, nah, no recording.
They were mean. That which my thing was, again, dude, what are we gonna give them? They're doing vanilla plays. If you're putting out your best play that you're gonna put out,
That's not a good sign. That's not a good sign.
That's not a good sign at all. So I kind of laughed when they were doing that. So because I wanted to, as I told y'all before, Drake was is my daughter's favorite person, and when I, right before I was getting ready to do that, we got no videos. I'm like, come on, man, come on now. That was crazy.
It was. Yeah. Shout out to Tyler Russell in the chat.
Oh, Tyler, yeah, man. Tyler's a good dude, man.
Yeah, man. Tyler good said, Uncle Steve, it was good to meet you and catch up with you at the Benz or camp very soon.
Yes, sir.
After camp, Tyler said, "Yeah, me and Uncle Steve, we had it was like a romantic date. We were both sitting underneath the umbrella."
So let me tell you. So for those of you who talking about that, Tyler braved the elements with me down in the back, because I'm gonna tell you what we did. Nah, for real. Tyler and I, we were gonna hang tough with the rain for a minute, but then that wind started kicking in, and so I said, "Hey man, I'm gonna throw this umbrella up," and my guy, because he stood strong, hard in the paint, as opposed to Lowe, who went to the sideline. He was like Anthony Richardson. Like, get me out. Get me out. He got scared.
Like I said, whenever I looked up, I turned around, looked up to hear Coach Rhodes was standing up there like this. I was like, yeah, let me go ahead. Because I already know it. As soon as I called, see, that's what you get. You try to play tough with Uncle Steve. That's what you get. I was like, you know what? I'm cutting it off at the pass. I'm going to go ahead and make the track up and make the track back down. So
I don't blame one bit. I see Lisa in the house. Lisa, what's going on?
What's going on, Lisa?
And
She said, hey, y'all, I'm late. How was the branch? We the Falcons in good spirits. Looking forward to all the things with this 2025 team.
Now, if y'all don't know too, I know she's been posting it publicly. She had a chance to go on the cruise, with a lot of the former Falcons and things of that nature, and they look like they had a really good time. But to answer your question, Lisa, and I know you, like you said, you were coming in late. The interaction after the game was really cool. We got some really good pictures. And Lo and I got an opportunity to literally talk to the players, not just snap and leave. We were literally having conversations with the guys, cool. They all seemed to be in a really good place.
Very good mental space. Yeah. I mean, like we were just talking about it. Like everybody seems so positive. Like we said before, whenever we went, I think it was in 2022 or 2023 at the Benz, everybody was just kind of, you could tell everybody was kind of just going through the motions because there was a lot of uncertainty. Yes. But I mean, this time it was legit. I mean, every time you ask someone a question about how you think everything's going to look, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, we're looking good." And like I said, I don't know if it's Raheem rubbing off on everybody, but everybody is sounding very, very positive about the team.
And I'm doing a fan thing because I know the disappointment of last year, and I do realize that we made some mistakes. Raheem will look you in your eye and tell you he made some mistakes.
Yeah.
But from what we saw last year, folks, it was different from 22 and 23, where we kind of overachieved for the talent we didn't have. I think last year we saw the trajectory going up, and just a couple of little screws away. I think Jeff Ulbrich is a great addition, as long as it's not put on the iPad. I think you have some, upgrade. And I think this is going to be a really good year as far as the fans being enthusiastic about coming into this year.
Yeah, I really do too. I think I think this is the year where we turn the corner. And I know y'all. I know this is just OTAs, just like Uncle Steve says. It's just practice. But I really feel like it's a turn the corner moment for the Falcons. If not, there are going to be a lot of changes moving forward. I'm just going to
yeah.
It's going to be a lot of changes.
I hope you don't mind me switching gears, because I saw something in here, and I think that was Lisa that I saw her conversation. Have you had an opportunity to check out the podcast with Harry Douglas and Julio Jones and
Roddy?
Now I'm gonna tell you, I haven't, and I'm gonna tell you why. I don't know about anybody else, but this Squad app,
I can't watch it. Every time I try to watch it, I can't.
I can't get in it.
Yeah,
I can't get in it, and I even sent a note to Harry on the Instagram, and most of the time I know he's usually really good about responding to people, and everything like that. And he sent another link that he split it up between iPad and Google. Let me ask everybody in the chat, have y'all had an opportunity? Has everybody had an opportunity, not the clips that you see, has everybody had a chance to get into this Squad app and see it? Because I haven't. Have you had a chance to see it?
Yeah, so I downloaded the app and I doggone worked on that thing for 30 minutes, and Coach Ronnie will tell you whenever, especially stuff like that, I get frustrated. I'm like, you know what? I think I'm done. I think I'm done.
Same here. It's same here. I just and here's the thing. We want to look at the product. We want to look at what the guys are talking about. I mean, you know, 2 of the 3 guys are the legendary wide receivers, and arguably some people will tell you 2 of the best. And Harry was no slouch, and Harry knew his role. He was good for what he was supposed to be in that. And so I want to see it as a
that time, but you know, I mean, you know,
shout out to HD.
Shout out to HD, man. Great people, good people, man.
But I want to see the full thing. Now a lot of people are talking about the clips that we seen, the Roddy White clip, and that's the one I know people talk about, the Julio thing. I want to know how you feel about this, Lo. So Roddy White was going over the relationship that he had with Kyle Shanahan. And we all know, we remember the game. I think it was the Minnesota game. It was either Minnesota or the Indianapolis game where he threw the ball to him 3 times and all of that.
I think Indianapolis.
I think it was in Indianapolis where he threw the 3 balls straight. And he said, according to Roddy, he claims that Kyle Shanahan said he was the 4th option. Now, I'm not here to tell you that I'm calling Kyle Shanahan this absolute genius. I'm not.
Kyle Shanahan's a genius.
Hey, but here's the thing, Lo. We got rid of Roddy White, and we became the 8th most prolific offense in the history of the NFL. The only changes we really made, we brought in a journeyman wide receiver in Gabriel.
Yeah.
We brought in a Robin to AJ Green.
Yeah.
And brought him in. Tammy was at the beginning and he got hurt, and we ended up using Hooper a lot more.
Yeah, both look good.
And they look good. It's hard for me to feel that was the wrong move. Because if you really look at it, it seemed like that might have been the right move. What are you thinking? I mean, is it just me?
Man,
I mean, I love Roddy. And Roddy held it down during the early part of Matt Ryan.
Oh, you just got deep.
But I want to hear how you feel about it, though. Is that?
Well, first of all, shouts out to Dirty Fanatics United in here. Shouts out to you.
Okay, Dirty Fanatics. What's going on?
But man, you're the first person I've ever heard say that. First of all, out of everybody who I've talked to about this whole situation, you're the first person I've ever heard say that. And I want to ask the chat what they think about it. If y'all felt like, Roddy White was, declining. If you do agree with Kyle Shanahan, put a 1 in the chat. If you feel like that was, that wasn't legit, put a 2 in the chat. But
make sure, Lo, that they separate it. It's not asking if you like Kyle Shanahan.
Exactly.
It was asking, is it true? The right decision.
Exactly. Was it right? Exactly. Yeah. I mean, so take the hate out of it. Take your heart out.
Take the hate out of it. Take the hate out. Take the hate out.
Man, so he said that in that clip, he said it was Julio was the first option.
Right. Jacob Tammy.
And who else? I'm sorry, I laughed. I didn't mean to laugh like that.
I know Freeman was last.
Yeah, he was like, I'll bring Freeman out the backfield first.
Right. He said, who? Jacob Tammy. And I'm
Nick
trying
Williams?
to. Who did he say?
He said Nick Williams.
Hankerson. That's it. Lisa got
Hankerson.
Leonard Hankerson.
That's what it was.
Leonard Hankerson. So
I can't agree with that one. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't agree with that.
Now, wait a minute. I'm not talking about 2015.
You're right.
I'm talking about 2016 because we had to make an emotional decision, y'all. Because you see what I'm saying?
I got you. I see what you're saying. So you talk about that next year whenever we went to the Super Bowl.
During 15, there was still history. There was still a lot that Roddy did for the franchise that made you say, oh no, and all the BS that they were doing at 92.9, free Roddy and all that crap.
Man, that was messy. That was messy.
It was messy, and they're clowns. But when we let Roddy go, and Roddy never played with another team.
He never played.
When we let Roddy go, we had the 8th most prolific offense in the history of the NFL. So again,
offense looked totally different. It looked totally different after Roddy left. Now let's be honest. Let's be honest. It looked totally different. I feel like if we look at it, I feel like Sanu was a better running mate than Roddy would have been at that point in their career, because Sanu could stretch the field and he could, work underneath and everything else. So I think you might have a point. Huh? I think you might have a point.
Yeah. I mean, it's not hate.
Like that.
It's not hate. It's just I think it gave us a chance to open up. Now I'm going to segue into the Julio Jones thing, where he was talking about the 4 targets that he got in the Super Bowl, which I kind of agree with him with that if you have that good of a player, that you have to look at him a lot more than 4 times during the game. I mean, you just, the game before in Green Bay, you basically threw to the man 15 times, and he almost set a NFC record for the most yards in a conference championship. And then you go to the Super Bowl and you tell me you can't throw the ball to the man 4 times.
Man, sometimes you outthink situations. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Like sometimes mind you, Matt Ryan had a great game. Like Matt Ryan had one of the best Super Bowls in history, but Julio Jones was out there. Like the play whenever Matt Ryan got the strip sack, he was trying to go to Julio.
Yeah,
but I mean, look, at the end of the day, whenever I was on the eye test with John and them, whenever I had to check up on John to make sure he was all right, at the end of the day, it's like they kept going back to the Super Bowl. I was like, hey y'all, I can't do it. It's happened. I'm past it. I was like, hey y'all, I gotta let this one go. But to answer your initial question, no, I have not been able to see the whole episode due to the squad out. But I mean, I seen what Julio said, that his worst moment was being traded away from Atlanta.
See, I want to see, because I really want to hear how that all went down, because from the fan standpoint, we didn't hear from Julio. Only thing we heard was the weird call with Shannon Sharp, and he hasn't talked about it. So I would like to hear that for myself. But maybe that'll change some fans' mind. I'm not gonna lie to you. He had I had a very bad taste in my mouth for Julio after that.
I did too. Coach Roney she's over it. She her and Julio's relationship has forever been strained ever since all of that happened. But I know somebody in the chat, they asked a little bit earlier, they said, hey man, when y'all gonna retire Julio's jersey? I mean, maybe after he's people hear what he actually said, and he came out and said that he didn't know Shannon Sharp was on TV when he called him. Maybe that'll warm the fans' hearts to him, once again. But I feel like time kind of heals all wounds. So
and it's obvious if you remember the Kansas City game when Matt went into the Ring of Honor, and Matt gave Julio much love in his speech, and it's obvious that they're probably not going to put Julio in anytime soon, unless something changes within the next year. But it is kind of a shame that you're not going to put the guy who probably accounts for 40% of Matt's numbers right now. So it is kind of a shame to look at that. But I do feel like there is a lot of healing that needs to happen with that relationship. It's a shame. It's a shame.
Okay. Bob was Johnson. He said that as a joke now. So
which part?
Talk about retiring Julio's number. I said that as a joke, y'all. I said that as a joke. Okay, I got you, Bob with the Johnsons. I got you.
Right.
But
right.
yeah, man.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy, man.
I see Lisa.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But no, I see that Lisa come down. She said Julio was a no-show for Matt's night at the Roxy or at his Ring of Honor induction at the Benz. Well, again, I think maybe because there were Falcons, and I think his grudge is against the team and anything that the team is going to be part of. I heard Julio give Matt his flowers in the little video where he retired, and he gave Matt his love. So that made me feel good. The one he did by himself right when he was announcing he was retirement on 404 day. So I don't think it's Julio against Matt. And I think if it was that much, if there was something between them, I don't think you hear Matt say what he said last October against Kansas City. And I don't think you hear Julio say it what he said about 2 months ago in the little video he said. I think this is strictly Julio is not feeling the Atlanta Falcons at the moment, the organization.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be in all honesty, Uncle Steve. I feel like it was Arthur Smith. In all honesty, in what period have we lost so many good players due to negativity? That hasn't happened. Think about it. You lost Julio Jones, you lost Calvin Ridley, you lost Matt Ryan, all of them with negative context, right? Like, and I feel like negativity sometimes it just follows some people. I mean, you heard whenever Calvin Ridley, whenever he dropped this little expose in the AJC, and he was basically like, yeah, I just felt like I wasn't supported, for what I was going through. He was like, and he didn't say any names, but he was like, I feel like, people just didn't understand my situation. And based off of the behavior we've seen from Arthur Smith in the past, you know what I'm saying? That kind of thing, I mean, Julio talking about how, hey, we don't really need a new coach. We can't put this on Dan Quinn and this, that, and the third or whatever. And then, whenever Arthur Smith came in, it was like, nobody's going to be treated special And if there's anybody who liked to be treated special, it was Julio. Like let's keep
remember, Julio wasn't even coming to practice. Julio had a Veterans Day before they start really doing the Veterans Day.
Exactly.
Julio wouldn't come in till Friday most of the time.
Yes.
But let me play devil's advocate with that. In defense of Arthur Smith. Because in 18 we went 7-9. In 19 we went 7-9. In 20 we went 4-12. So from a stamp and the 7-9 before the 4-12, remember the Falcons had to rally to win 6 out of 8 games just to get to 7-9 and save Dan Quinn's job. Yep. So while I hear Julio waxing poetic about Dan Quinn, your team wasn't performing to keep Dan Quinn.
Exactly.
And look, you're not gonna hear me take up for Arthur Smith too many times, but I am gonna say, in order for you to keep the coach you got to rally the troops.
You got to rally the troops. You got to rally the troops.
Julio, you're a leader.
Well, he said he tried to. He said he said that it was a situation where he in the locker room he told them, "Hey, this ain't on Dan Quinn. This is on us."
Right.
But at the end of the day, apparently it just didn't work.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I hear you. I still, like I said, there's still a taste in my mouth about the Julio situation, and maybe one day when they get that squad app fixed, I'll be able to kind of see what's going. That's just crazy, and I know Harry might be trying to help somebody with their stuff as far as that's concerned, man, but. No, man.
I'm not mistaken. I think Julio might be like part owner in it, if I'm not mistaken.
Is that what it is? Okay, well,
I think so. Yeah,
well, brother, just like that toe, he need to get it fixed. Because I just feel like, look, man, I want to support my brothers. I really do. I mean, I really do want to support the guys, but. You can't give me a half-baked app. And it wasn't just me. I went on and posted something and asking people they have
Hurricane, right?
Yeah, Hurricane. And I saw a couple of people on Instagram, kind of dogging the app out too. I thought it was just me. But
it wasn't just you.
Yeah. I saw a lot of people. So a lot of people having some issues as far as that was concerned, but yeah, man, that was hopefully I'll be able to see it, man. Hopefully
Well, look, before Miss Kira fusses me out,
man.
before she fusses me out, Luther Vandross or Whitney Houston, who had the most iconic voice?
Luther. Whitney's voice is beautiful and unmistakable, but I also feel like you hear versions of that. In other words, you hear close to her type of singing. Luther's, you say iconic. Mm-hmm. I think Luther's voice is something that is just different. It's just different. Everybody says it's almost like that Frank Sinatra thing. Frank Sinatra was a great singer, but was he really iconic, or did he just have a smooth voice?
He had a smooth voice.
Yeah,
and he had good songs.
And he had extremely great tone. You listen to Frank Sinatra sing in the 60s and 70s, and he had a really good tone. Whitney Houston is no doubt one of the top 2-3 vocalists of all time, female. But yeah, I gotta go with Luther, and I love Whitney. I was listening to All at Once the other day. That was one of my favorites.
That was good.
That first album, boy. She let it loose on that one. But yeah, I gotta say Luther for me.
Man.
What about you?
I don't know, because we was talking about this the other day, and man, I went back and I listened to a few of them, a few of the songs, and I'm still kind of stuck. But I'm leaning Whitney. I'm leaning Whitney Houston.
Okay.
I mean, just the power in the voice. I mean, it was just so powerful, right? The highs and the lows and and yes, Luther did it too. Now, like Luther, but I don't know, man.
I would have loved to hear Luther sing the national anthem. I think to me, when Whitney sang that national anthem, she probably and arguably slid a nose above Aretha. Maybe a nose above Aretha. Because she threw down on that. But I'm going to tell you what, I heard Aretha right before she passed sing a version of I was looking at it on YouTube. Right, it's about a year before she passed. It might have been less than that. She did a version of "You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman" by Carole King. Yeah, if you look at that, it's Carole King. She was getting an award, and it was a surprise that Aretha was singing because I think everybody knew she was, kind of sick.
Yeah,
and Aretha was doing it on the piano, and I'm gonna tell you what, man.
That was a voice, boy.
That was beautiful. But yeah, I'm gonna give it to Luther by a small nose, my friend. Small nose.
Man.
Small nose. Yeah.
It's one of those situations where there's no wrong answer.
Nope. Not at all.
Answer.
I mean, and Uncle Steve is right up there too, if you really think about it. If you go right after Whitney, it's like you got Luther, Whitney, Uncle Steve, Donny Hathaway, Aretha Franklin, kind of like in that order, something like that.
Now what we talk about juggling? Talk about juggling because Padre, he said that earlier. He was like, whenever you say you're gonna be on America's Got Talent, he was like, "Oh, you gonna be juggling on there, Steve?"
I know. He already know. He already got turned down. He got turned down in his HOA. They had an HOA talent. HOA's got talent.
Oh no! Oh no! What in the world? Wait a minute. He didn't get nothing for his origami. When he made an origami swine,
hey man, he had to tell you, man. I was talking to Jay-Z the other day, man. He was trying to tell me about me doing a hook for him, but
Dang. Well, so shout out to Tiny coming in here, man.
What's Tiny? What's going?
Big Low is clearly
a
better. Let's say it one more time for the people. Big Low is clearly a better singer than Steve. Not sure why this is even a debate. Hello.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what it is. I'm looking at that comment right before that Lisa made about me being on that pink stuff, dig tag on the boat. If y'all go look at that clip real good, and y'all see Stephon over there passing out stuff, in the back, you see somebody with Warner Robins shirt on. In the background,
he got 478 on it.
Pass it over here, Stephon.
Over here.
He's over here.
You ain't been talking about my whole boy Tiny like that.
I ain't gonna say who I'm talking about, but he must be a little off today.
You ain't gonna talk about my whole boy Tiny like that. We ain't gonna do that now. Tiny gonna get you, Steve. Tiny gonna get you.
Stephon, wow, lady. Stephon, wow,
Boy,
man.
boy,
Wow.
man. Look,
That
it's getting bad,
dude. That's just wow. Dude, you know you don't care.
exactly.
When you just straight up say, yeah, dude, I just got no words. Even the coach of New England, he's like, yeah, I guess we gotta make some better decisions. They just signed that brother to a 3-year, $69 million contract. In the era where we got folks on trial for doing stupid stuff like he doing. And you got Stephon out there passing out stuff on video like it's cool.
And the crazy thing is he's not even that guy no more.
He's
like,
not.
He's not that guy anymore. He was the third best receiver with the Texans last year. Like, he's not that guy anymore. You get paid that kind of money, you doing crazy stuff like that.
He is absolutely, and I know, I guess you get to a point where you just where that just is gonna, who cares? But that's Stephon is that he is out there, bro. He is out there. He is out there.
Man, it's crazy. Now, but also I did want to let you know before I let you go. I don't know if Padre's still in here, but he's been calling me and hitting me up here lately because he's trying to become a pit master. So he just got a pellet smoker, and it's tough for me not to call it an easy bake oven because we're stick burning guys. We're offset smoking guys.
I kind of, I think I had one of those little what they used to call the Barbie little set where you got the little pretend thing, and he can start with that and put him. You don't even have to put any pellets in it or anything like that. You can put stuff.
Just plug it up or put batteries in it. Put batteries in it.
You can put it in there, and if he wants me to, I can send him the instructions. They might be in Braille, but he can even figure out. It's so easy. Even Stevie Wonder can do it. So he can kind of figure out how to work it, and come up to that standard one day. Maybe he can.
Man, look, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't even fired mine up yet this year, so I gotta get on it.
I've gone a couple of times, and I've gone a couple of times this year so far. And obviously I wasn't allowed to do it last week, but
look, and look, I do want to let you know again, we had a great time.
Yes, sir.
For everybody I don't know if you've announced it online or not yet as far as your retirement.
Oh yeah. I'm officially retired from the U.S. Postal Service and my federal service. So that was official at the end of April. So I am doing doing a little bit of kind of getting myself together. Like I said, it's been for those of you who've been keeping up, it's been an interesting few months and everything with family dynamic and things of that nature. So just kind of getting a little chance to take a deep breath. And I'm not done working, but I'm done working at the post office. So I'll hopefully get a chance this year to do some major things with the pod and see if we can get Uncle Steve's Lounge out there a little bit further. I know folks like my buddy Big Low have been gracious enough to let me kind of collab with them and things of that nature. But trust me, I got some things I got planned for the 2025 season. If y'all be patient with me, I'll be out there trying to do our thing and get us out there. But I appreciate that, man.
Hey man, well look, I know I told you earlier, but just want to congratulate you for
Thank you,
the
sir.
retirement. And man, look, I hope that you enjoy it, and I know whatever the next step for you, and I know it's going to be great because
Yes, sir.
great things happen with great people. So
Thank you, sir. I
yes,
appreciate
sir.
that. I
Yes, sir.
received that. I received that. Definitely received that.
Yeah.
Kenzel said, "Ask Lotus." He want the request. See, he didn't ask for the request. Let me see what I'm trying to remember which one I did. Hold on. Is that this one right here? That's this one. Nope. Used to be the. Nope. No, that's the wrong one. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Here it is. Let's see. That's not it.
How many does he have in the chamber?
I got a
Like,
lot,
goodness gracious.
Whoever my Falcons. Hey, that's my team. You wanna hear news, wanna hear songs, then chill with Uncle Steve. Forever my Falcons. Hey, that's
Yeah, I need it. I'm gonna keep that one for a while.
You gotta keep that for a while. That one, I ain't gonna lie to you. That was hit. That was hit. That was hit.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Thank you, man.
Also, Lisa, she says,
Okay.
before you go, did you see Free's tweet about the Falcons not wanting him to be a starter? The Freeze tweets be sideways, y'all. Falcons fans are him up.
Well, I'll say this. I can understand because if you remember going into the 2015 season, they drafted Tevin
Yep.
at the number 2. The Tevin was a second round pick, right? Wasn't Tevin a second round pick?
I believe so.
Yeah, I'm almost positive he was a second round pick coming out of Indiana, if I'm not mistaken. And so if maybe that's what he's talking about, but I mean, Free. Listen, man, I love me some Free. I love him dearly, but Free also the first one that hijacked us in after that Super Bowl.
That is true. Right before the Super Bowl, too.
Right before the Super Bowl, which again, Free. I hear you, bro, but
that's Free been talking crazy for a while though.
Okay, Ty say he was a third round pick. Okay, my bad.
Okay, he was third round pick. Okay. I remember I was excited when we got him. I was like, yes, he's gonna be
absolutely. And so, but I knew he was higher than Tidy's buddy. But when free and get it, 1, 2, 3. Luke, Wyatt.
Don't block, get it, don't block, get it.
Do. That block was do. Star.
Don't block, get it, don't block. You know, you couldn't never understand what Luke was saying.
Oh, we gonna make. See, he gonna make. Tiny gonna make me make a new song. Is that? Anytime you hear Scarred, man, you can't help but to get on the floor. Man, that was one of the greatest beats. And that was right. Man. That was like the theme of Freaknik.
Yes.
That was like the theme of
Yes.
Anytime you hear Scarred, even 30 years later, that just Freaknik just comes right back to you. Right. Tell Lotus his snooze reap. Oh Lord. And look, but you know what? See. You know what? That's gonna be my next. I'm gonna make Leo my director We're gonna go out there. We'll go out there and shoot us a video.
Oh, y'all shoot a video?
Shoot a video.
Look, man. Look, for everybody who likes the videos, I'm telling y'all, I got my motivation from Uncle Steve with these super chats. Y'all don't believe me. Uncle Steve with these super chats, man. I was like, look, I got to step it up. So I was like, let's do a music video.
So see, that's iron sharpens iron, because like I said before, he did his super chats. I said, I got to figure something out here. I got to get something in this game. So hey, bring the challenges on, man. We gotta. Hopefully this year we'll have a lot more winning songs.
Yes.
To talk about this year. So y'all go see my. Y'all gonna see my versions of Taylor Swift.
Oh Lord,
I do a mean Swift. Shout out to the Swifties.
Shouts out to the Swifties, man. Look, because you better come correct, because you already know it. You mess with the Swifties if you want.
Y'all know Big Low Country Sports don't like the Swifties.
I didn't say that, y'all.
Big Low say Kelsey sucks.
I ain't say that, y'all. Y'all listen to Uncle Steve. Y'all don't listen to Uncle Steve, man.
Oh man, I'm losing it. Oh my brother, it has been awesome, my friend.
Look, we always enjoy it. Look for everybody out here that's watching, whether you're watching on Uncle Steve's channel, Uncle Steve's Facebook, or you watching on Twitter, or on Big Low Country's YouTube. I need y'all to do a country boy favor. Make sure that you hit that like button. Every time we get a chance to get together, we always have a great time, man. I mean, look, like I said, at OTAs, we have these curb your enthusiasm moments.
Yes, sir.
It's like
that's funny. Wait, who are you, Larry or
man, it be going back and forth, man. It be going back and forth. But look, man, this is my brother right here. We always have a great time, man. Always have a great time. Kerry says Big Low gonna do the real Outrun the South remix this season, because last season Raheem did us wrong with that. It wasn't a hit.
It wasn't. That's all right.
Man.
I have to do my every little step. Pelicans, appreciate you, Pelicans. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, I might have to bring that every little step back in. See, you know what? You know what the people want to see? We should do a Milli Vanilli. I think we get the right. See, at first back in the day, it used to be mop heads, but we could probably buy some hair.
Yeah, you definitely could. I ain't gonna lie to you. I already have gotten something, for a future project.
Well, let me stop.
I'll fill you in on that later.
I want to blow it. Oh, look who came in at the last second.
Jack Spade.
Bougie. Now, let me tell you talking about, man. Now, y'all were talking about us. This cat right here,
man. Pinky out all the time. Pinky out.
What in the world, Bo? Y'all make sure to name the next album VIP only. Y'all living the good life. I'm gonna tell you, don't nobody live the good life like Jack Spade. Shout out one time for the fans.
Shout out one time, man.
Doing their thing. I'm telling you, man. Jack probably already in line, man. Jack probably already got his Rosetta Stone on deck. Already learning that German. Probably got his schnitzel ready when they get there. He got everything ready to roll, and you know it.
Man, look, we went to go play golf one day, and then we pulled up to the golf course, and they said, they was like, Jack said, "Hey, I'm pretty sure y'all have caddies, right?" And it was like, caddies? We don't have no caddies. Jack was like, "Go take my bags to the car." I'm like, wait, what? you remember that clip where Michael Jackson was like, "Hey, Eddie, fix the mic."
Oh, right, yeah, fix the mic.
Jack was like, "Take my bag to the car." I was like, "Oh,
big timing, folks."
What am I doing?
He be big timing, folks, man. I'm telling you, bro. That's why man, I ain't gonna get treated like that, man.
Carrie, she asked, will either of us be in Tampa this year for the Thursday night football?
I have no promises, but I do plan on. I did a pretty extensive road trip last year. I mean road games. I think I did 4, which is heavy for me.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but we'll see. We'll definitely see. That Thursday night is kind of interesting, and that's going to be. Is that close to the holidays? Isn't that late?
Can't remember.
Hold on. Isn't that late? I think
Wait.
it's a late game.
So I want to let y'all know, like, so Uncle Steve, he's so bougie. Like, he introduced me to like a new way of going to away games. Because Uncle Steve, he'll just fly in for the day, and then just fly back out. Like that. Look, once again, y'all talk about who's the bougie one. It's Uncle Steve.
Well, I will say, depending on what's going on with working and things of that nature, we'll see what's going on around then. I'll be able to give a better idea. I do plan on trying to meet my Berto up at the New England game. Hopefully,
we try to meet
get a
up there
chance to
too.
see that. Jack talking that jump, man. Jack gonna be down there. And Jack know it where got on first name basis. I call him Mr. Blank. He call him Arthur. That's how. That's how.
Look, you talk about bougie though. That's the bougie one, right?
Now, I was about to say Yuri. Now Yuri the one. Not only that, he be at every concert too.
Everything.
And doing that. That's who I want to be. That's
everything.
That's who I want to be. I want to be him.
He says, I need to be in the city for at least 2 days. He says, I can't fly in and back out the same day. That's bougie.
I'm trying to tell you. I'm telling you. And that's absolutely true. Absolutely. Jack said, bring the moonshine. I know. It'd be Big Low and Otis the Drunk from Andy Griffith. They'll be making that move. He'll be Otis.
Oh, man. All right, man. Well, look, we better go ahead and get on out of here because we can sit up here and talk to y'all
all night if we go to.
And I want Miss Kira to fuss me out next time she sees me.
I know, right?
Well, look here, man. Y'all take it easy. Thank y'all so much for chopping it up with us. Y'all stay safe. Please don't do anything we would do because we get in trouble. Thank y'all so much. Y'all take it easy, man. What in the world?
Be good. Be good.